We're with Tim Budd and Ron Buchetto, Eastern Connecticut Baseball, getting ready for its season openers on March 12th and 13th in New York. Tim, you guys have been practicing for about 5 weeks now. Just talk generally about how the preseason has been going.
It's been going good overall. A lot of competition, a lot of energy with the guys. It's been a little long, but
yeah.
With the way the weather's been, we've been able to get outside a little more than usual, so that's been nice. So overall, it's been really good.
You guys now, most seasons go, you've lost a lot of people, but you have a lot of people back. You guys want to talk just a little bit about the basic nucleus of the team coming back? Is it a strong team back? Is it an inexperienced team back? Ron, you want to talk about that a little bit?
As the pitching staff goes, we returned the top 3 starters. Me, Jake Smith, and Pat O'Neill. We got some guys in the bullpen back. Chuck Vogel's back from surgery. Jason Staub from surgery. Sam Kostrich from injury. Unfortunately, Adam Merritt won't be with us this year. He'll be back next year. But
who is the closer?
Yeah,
who has been the closer? Yeah.
So that's a spot that's open. But based on what we brought in, a lot of talented freshmen, and with all these open spots, really all the competition has made us stronger. And even though it's a youthful group, and the pitching staff will be extremely competitive this year.
Tim, you are the catcher, you're the senior captain. Talk a little bit about, though, the rest of the team, the position players. Who the key people might be coming back?
Key people would be, we got DJ Scavone, Chad Adams,
Pat Soroyce, maybe?
Yeah. Christian Budzik, Colin Russell. We got a couple young guys that are going to be in the middle infield, a couple maybe in the outfield. Really tight-knit group of guys, but a lot of competition, a lot of excitement. So.
Well, you guys spent a lot of the preseason, like you usually do, in the gym, although you were able to get outside this year for a while. Recently, you guys got outside, did like an inner squad. How great was that? Does that give you more of a feel for what this team is going to be once you get outside?
Absolutely. Guys start playing baseball. Energy levels are up. It's just when we inter squad outside and we're actually on the field, it's just exciting. Guys are happy, competing hard, and you do get to see how guys play and what they look like coming off winter break.
Well, it's baseball when you get outside.
Yeah.
Ron, what's it like pitching on the mound as opposed to pitching on the mound in the gym?
Although those wooden mounds are built magnificently, there's nothing like getting out on the mound outside. We need to be on dirt, we need to be in our cleats, in the pants, and really feeling our bodies, not only just to feel the mound, the temperature. We're not going to play when it's 70 degrees like it is inside. It's going to be cold. When we played our most recent inter squad, it was 45 degrees, and that's what it'll be when we play on March 12th. Like it's going to be cold, it's going to be windy, but we need to practice that way. We need to not make excuses. We need to be acclimated to the conditions of baseball.
Well, you guys last year, in 2014, your first year for both of you here, first year under Matt LaBranche, you went to the NCAA tournament, won the Little East Conference. It was a great season. Would you guys term, and Tim, you can answer this first if you want, you guys really came on strong at the end of last year, but in general, were you a little bit disappointed not returning to the NCAA tournament?
We were. I mean, we were disappointed that we didn't win the LEC because we played so well that week.
Yeah.
It was just losing that first game was tough.
Yeah, in the regional, in the conference.
In the conference, winning 5 in a row is very difficult.
Yeah.
Especially when it's in a 4-day span and you have not minimal pitching, but your pitching staff gets a beating when stuff like that happens. So I would say it was a little bit of a disappointment not making it to the regional, but we kind of bit ourselves
early on. Yeah. Ron, talk about the progression of the pitchers, especially you and Jacob Smith. I mean, you guys were basically not in the picture early, in February, and then suddenly you guys get the ball, and you really basically brought us to the brink of winning the conference tournament. Talk about the evolution and the development of the pitching staff last year.
Yeah, like you said, me and Jake were not part of the picture And if you told us on day one that we'd be the two pitchers who had the ball in the championship game, we probably would have laughed. But because of injuries and people not performing to the standards they needed to, basically halfway through the season we were handed the ball and said, get us a win, do what you can to help the team win. And thankfully for the team, we did exactly what LaGrange wanted us to, and we took off.
Well, do you think, could it be like when you played Southern Maine in that conference tournament, do you think maybe the coach at Southern Maine, Ed Flaherty, after he saw you guys pitching, going, who are these guys? I mean, we didn't even count on these guys. Was it a surprise at all, do you think, for some of these teams when you and Jake pitched so well?
Yeah, definitely. For them to look at their scouting report before
exactly.
the game and look down and see two names with 4 innings and
Yeah.
progressively just stacking on innings. We weren't on anyone's radar at the beginning. And I think that is kind of what helped fueled us through the season, wanting to prove that we deserved a shot from the beginning.
Well, guys, we talked off camera about maybe what was the turning point of the season. You won 16 out of your last 22 after going 500 for most of the year. Tim, you guys talked a little bit about the fact that you had so few home games probably didn't help you early on, but once you got that first home game against Amherst, it really got you guys going?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, playing most of our home games at Central, it's just not the same as being in our field. And playing Amherst, beating them, having Ron throw really well against our top New England team, it gave us a bunch of confidence. And after that game, I feel like we stepped it up and played well throughout the rest of the year.
Ron, talk about that game. You faced one of the best teams in New England, sort of still unproven, even though you had a couple of good outings, and you went the distance against them. What did that do for you and your confidence?
Well, hearing before the game how good they were and how much of a streak they had been on, winning games consecutively and putting up a bunch of runs, just to have the opportunity to pitch against that team and getting the confidence from the coaches to get the start and try to win was great. But then to inning after inning still be out there and still be in the lead, and then finally getting that last out, knowing that a broken bullpen kind of in a way, the team, a staff that needed help, I was able to carry us to a win. We scored 9 runs that day, I think. We put up a lot of runs and they didn't score. So like Tim said, that was the turning point for us to know that we can compete with the top teams in New England.
Well, what do you think is the perception of the conference teams this year? Do they think you guys are going to be back to where you've been? What do you think the expectations are for this year's season from people on the outside?
Well, I think we were voted second in the LEC, behind Southern Maine.
Right.
I mean, that just, they win it last year. They still got Sam Dexter.
Normal.
Like, they're going to be favored. But I think we'll compete really well. I think our pitching staff is going to compete really well. I think we're going to score a lot of runs. We're going to be good.
Ron, do you see any area of the team being a particular strength?
100%. I think that the pitching staff last year was a question mark, and I think this year, coming into the season, it will be the backbone.
Yeah.
I think
we'll
be able to, at times in the season when the hitters are struggling, say, we'll put you on our back and we'll get us a win. And then I also think there will be times where we need to tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, help us out here today.
So it could be a balanced team.
Yeah, I think it'll be balanced. But to start the season, I hope the pitchers are the stronger one. But that's a team competition. I hope the hitters want to be the best, and I know the pitchers want to be the best. And if we're both thinking that we can be the best, then our team's going to win a lot of games.
Well, last question, guys. Do you see this team as being ultra competitive kind of team?
Oh, yeah.
Among themselves, in addition to being competitive against other teams?
I mean, there's just a lot of competition with trying to get a starting role on the team.
Yeah.
So that brings out the competition in everybody, and that's gone throughout the whole preseason. Guys have just been competing at their top level, trying to show the coaches that they deserve to start. And I think that will carry over into the season with guys competing at a high level.
Okay, so Eastern Connecticut Baseball back in action. They're going to open up their season on March 12th and 13th. They're going to be playing, if the schedule and the weather holds out, they'll be at Farmingdale State on March 12th for a doubleheader. And then the next day on the 13th, they will be taking on SUNY Old Westbury. That will be played at Baseball Heaven. The Warriors scheduled to play at home in their opener on Thursday, March 31st, hosting Salve Regina. Guys, thanks for being here. Good luck this year.
Thank you.